17 of the Client by Client podcast. Something changed on the podcast feed over the last 24 hours. First, to let me know what it was, it's a very special gift, a very special prize delivered directly to you, assuming you're in the United States of America. On today's episode, what would happen if we put your offer on steroids? We're going to talk about what's due to optimize your offer, your packages, and your services. Today, over on the podcast, in your favorite podcast player, at pod.link/clients, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, we talk about what to do daily to attract in more clients. It's a little bit of an unorthodox method and perspective and way of looking at things that I shared, but it would be extremely helpful if you want more leads every single day and more clients every single week. Go and check that out now. Let's hop in. Let's do this thing. Episode 117. Let's get it. Hey, what's up? Jeremy here from whatupjeremy.com, back with another episode of Client by Client. Thank you so much for tuning in. In the last episode, we talk about the top worst ways to generate leads in your online business. I gave you a breakdown of what I look at as the worst ways you can be generating leads. If you just tuned into that episode and didn't know how to generate leads, but you at least avoided the 3-4 ways I shared with you in that episode, just one back over, 117, 116, you will have a far better lead generation outlook and methodology than most online business owners, most coaches, most authors, most experts. So be sure to backtrack one episode to understand what ways to avoid and what I consider are the top worst ways for generating leads and producing clients online. In today's episode, I want to talk about what would happen if we put your offer on proverbial steroids. If there were steroids you could inject into your offer, what would happen? So I want to talk about upgrading your offer, your packages, and your online services. Let's hop in. I have 5 ways for you to upgrade your offer. You're going to want to stick through to the end because the one I'm going to end on is probably the most important. It's where most of you start out and have the most ambiguity, you're lacking the most clarity on thing number 5. So we're going to talk about that one last. And let's hop in. Let's talk about 5 ways to upgrade your offer, your services, and your packages. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the love. Whoever's doing that, I appreciate you. Drop me a comment. If I can see it here in my thing, I will shout your name out on this show. The first way to optimize your offer, to optimize your packages, your online services, is through urgency. And the thing you must understand about urgency is all urgency when it comes to coaching, courses, online services, selling anything online, it's manufactured. Meaning that it's not fake, but it is created. And any urgency you see around there, online, around coaching, around online courses, around information products and services delivered, it's all manufactured. That being said, you got to understand what to do to manufacture this. You got to understand what to do to actually create urgency. The first way that you can create urgency is by limiting the supply. It's by limiting the slots. So if you have online coaching, it's knowing that you can take on hundreds of clients if you had them ready, but limiting it down to 5 or 10. If you have 10 and you only sold 8 the last time you ran a promotion, or 8 the last time you really went and hit it hard, maybe you drop it down to 3. This will create the effect you're wanting in your online business. It's akin to, Apple just launched a new phone yesterday and some new products and some updates. Every time there's a new product launch and almost these revisions that they do every year, there's a line outside of their stores. I want for you to have a line around your store. We talk about turning the lights on in your business every day. Imagine when you went to go turn the digital lights on in your business, you had customers waiting outside wanting to know if you have more available, if you have the exact thing and size and color that they are wanting. This is what happens when you limit availability. When you say, I only have room for 3 one-on-one clients this month, and I have 1 already that signed up today. And you want to be honest with this because there is the chance with all of this, and we're going to talk about it in tomorrow's episode, there is the chance that, and a slippery slope that you can start to lean towards being dishonest and a gray area of ethics that I don't want for you to be in, that I don't want for people to even question you, your name, your reputation, your business with being involved with. That means that when you limit the time, you're doing that so that you can deliver the service properly and so that you can also create demand. Demand is manufactured. Most coaches, most online business owners just don't know how to create it. So if you like, it's so funny. In my DM script, and when I'm conversing with you guys in the DMs, one of the questions I like to ask is about how many clients do you think you could take on in the next 30 days, the next 21 days, the next 90 days? Oftentimes the responses out of a hell of a lot of pride is, well, I could take on unlimited. I could take on hundreds. Well, it's like, okay, you could. And then I'll ask this, let me clarify. How many have you taken on in the last 30 days? How many have you taken on in the last 90 days, the last 21 days? And then they're like, none. It's like, okay, so you could take on 100. I get it. You have an evergreen business. But how many would you love to take on? What would be just inches away from where you're at? What would be 1 feet, 3 feet away from where you're at right now? That's usually like 3 to 5. And so I'll usually ask and say, for instance, would getting 3 to 5 paying clients signed up right now, would that be a big win for you? And usually it's like, oh my God, that would change the game. It's like, okay, I get you can take on unlimited. Create urgency. I know you can take on hundreds. I know you could take on as many clients as the universe can send you. Limit the availability so that you increase demand. And when you do this and you share this on your story, you share this on email, you share this in your Facebook group, this creates a perception with everybody else, because perception is reality, that you are in demand. And they are going to take you a little bit more seriously when this is done ethically and this is done the right way. And this is done from a place of service. They're going to take you a bit more seriously when you come out with your offers. So create urgency by limiting slots. The other way you can do that is a deadline and putting a deadline in place for when people can sign up. So the two ways that you have, we went really deep. We just dug a 100-foot hole on what to do to limit availability. The other way you have is to create a deadline and to create a calendar date they're looking at for when this thing is no longer available. The second way to optimize and to upgrade your offer is through reversing the risk. I say this in my document for the Get Clients program. I've said this for the last 4 or 5 years. I just try to, I try to identify and to bring to light, to shine light on the elephants in the room. That is, there is a risk whenever you decide to work with a coach. The risk is that you don't get the result that you're wanting. The risk is that the coach doesn't deliver. The risk is that I don't follow through on my word. There's risk in it for your clients. There's also risk in it for you. So one of the best things that you can do out the gate in your offer is to reverse that risk, is to take all of the risk yourself and to put none of it on them. A lot of people confuse this with the next bullet point, the next way to upgrade that we're going to talk about, which is your guarantee. These things there's a Venn diagram. There is some overlap here, but they are two separate entities that can overlap but are different. First, let's talk about reversing the risk. What you really want to do is identify what happens if and when this doesn't work. And essentially in your copy and in the words of your offer and in either how you're unpacking your offer on your sales calls, or if you're like me and you sell in the DMs, this is saying what happens if this doesn't work. This could be you get your money back. This is we stop the payments and you don't pay anything until we get you clients. This could be you don't pay until you get clients. This could be you don't pay until you lose your first 10 pounds. This can be if you pay in full and it doesn't work, we continue working with you until it does. There are different ways that you can do this, but what you must know is that your clients are assuming a lot of risk. So you need to think through in your industry and in your clients, what's the risk if they invest in your coaching program and they hire you or they pay for your service or they buy your online course? What's the risk in it for them and how could you completely remove it? You could do this by giving them 30 days risk-free. You could do this by making this 90 days risk-free. I've seen people go lifetime if you're unhappy with this at any point in time. And most people, when you make a really good product and a really good program, and then you're going to also need to create parameters around this. This is not carte blanche. This doesn't work. You just ask this. What I'm trying to say is this isn't, if let's say you put a lifetime, you get your money back whenever. There needs to be policies and procedures in place. There's some agreement, something that they need to follow, meaning they've done the work is maybe one of them. Maybe if there are certain milestones in the program where they have consumed certain things, maybe that takes off a certain amount that they can request back. This is getting into the weeds of things. If you are new into online business, I just recommend simplifying it, of course, because simplicity always outperforms complexity. You don't need a high-end agreement with a contract and things they need to sign, all these things they need to read, and reasons to delay their decision. So take the risk off of them for taking that first step with you. The second way to upgrade your offer is to reverse the risk, and that's thinking, what happens if this doesn't work, and putting all the risk on you. That way, there is no risk for them, and letting them know that. Third is your guarantee. This is similar to reversing the risk, but this is also putting in place what your guarantee is and what your promise is to them. This could mean my guarantees, like for mine, you get 3 to 5 clients in the next 90 days, or we keep working with you until it does. That's one of the variations of our guarantee. I guarantee that you will lose 10 pounds in 45 days or less, or you get half your money back. I guarantee that if you don't lose your first 10 pounds in 30 days, that we're going to move you into our high-end version of the program and give you this gold tier level of support. There are a lot of ways that you can do this, but what I really want you thinking is X result in Y time frame. What result do you promise them, and in what time frame are they going to get it? You want to paint this in the right kind of picture they are wanting. There is the opportunity in this, and a slippery slope, for you to overpromise and put you in a place that makes you more likely to unfortunately underdeliver. We do not want to do that. Big no-no. What you want to do is provide a realistic result in a realistic time frame, and then build from that as you start to get results. If you're doing it in 10 days, then maybe you can change that to being 14 days and you give yourself some wiggle room. If the result's taking a year, but you're promising 30 days, we have now entered in a couple feet into an unethical range. So you need to look at what your guarantee is and lead with it. All of these things I'm sharing with you here today are reasons for you to talk about your offer on your story, are talking points for you to deliver in your marketing and in your posts and in your reels. There are opportunities to go into your Facebook group or to your email list and talk about each one of these, or all of them in an email. It's important to be talking about your offer, because most people who are very engaged with you do not know what your offer is. Fourth is bonuses. What I want for you to think about is what would help them get results faster with the thing that they are investing in, or what would take away them having any issues? What would support them in getting results faster? What would save them time? What is going to make their experience better? And so if there are things that can complement your offer, you can build these in as things they're getting in addition to what you're already promising them. I like to look at my offers and say, what could be a bonus that I'm already going to include? And so this is an easy framework for you to look at your offer and say, okay, what's the minimum here? And then what is additional I'm including? Let's position that as bonus. Let me take that out of the copy, and let me position that when they've actually checked out. Let me position that once they've made their first payment on that sales call, or once they've made the investment through the DM, they went and paid, they came back, and it's like, do you like surprise bonuses? And these are ways that you can sweeten the deal if they're at all hesitant. I want to combine method number 4 for upgrading your offer, bonuses, with number 1, urgency, which is timed bonuses. You could add something in temporarily. When people sign up before Friday, you get a one-on-one call. You get this mastermind call. You get a VIP day experience. You get to be a part of this group VIP day. So you can combine these and overlap them to build and to stack the power of each. So if you want clients to sign up before a certain day and time, add a bonus in that expires or goes away. And stick to your word when this happens. That way, people will believe you and trust in you more. And when you say something is going away or something is available for a limited time, they will be one of the people that takes action on it when that day and time comes. Method number 4 for upgrading your offer is bonuses. Lastly, the area that your offer probably has the most opportunity, that you probably lack the most amount of clarity around, is the price. When I talk with you guys about your offers, the first thing that you typically do, or the second thing that you position, is all about the price. And that is the least important thing, but it is also very important. When you're unpacking your offer on a sales call, the price should be the last thing that you guys discuss. And anytime it comes down to price, they do not have enough information to understand the price until you've gone through what we just talked about, until we've gone through the time frame and when they're going to get the results, and when they know the bonuses, and when they know why the urgency, why they should be acting now, and when they understand what the guarantee is and how everything works, and what the risk is and why that's all on you versus on them. They don't have context for the price. And people who are price hunting, they just want the answer and to move on, and that's okay. That's just not someone who you're interested in working with, and that probably is interested in hiring a coach, or probably just doing research for their own stuff, or they're not in a position to buy. So whenever anyone asks you about price, a little tip here is to say, happy to discuss that once you have context for, once we understand if or how I can even help you. And the only way they'll know that is through unpacking your offer and by getting to the end of a strategy session with you. A couple ways that you can optimize your price. Number one is through payments. And this is a reason to email your list. This is a reason to hop on your story and to say, we have a new payment plan. We have a new payment plan available for qualified customers, for everyone. We have a new payment structure that expires by this deadline. And this could give reasons why people actually sign up or book a call with you to hear you out. Sell your offer at the highest price point that you can. And when they aren't able to do that and say that with your full faith, like you believe that your prospects can pay for it, if they can't afford that, then offer a payment structure. If they can't pay for that, you can decide to break that up into more payments, or you can say, okay, got it. Sounds like this isn't the right time right now. I've had a couple other people in a very similar situation. I'm going to take a look at what I can do. And so would you like to know if I'm able to modify or to get creative with how we're doing this and we're able to make it more affordable? Would you be interested in knowing more about it? And that could be the reason why they sign up. And now you're creating demand. And now you can circle back with those 3 clients all in one Zoom together, or one right after the other, book them all sequentially on one day. That way you also have reasons to talk about, this person just signed up, this person just took advantage of that. Hey, I came up with this plan, thought I would hit you up about it. This is a reason to hit up all of your previous prospects, is what the payment structure is and what they're able to do or what you've made available for them. You can also structure the pricing in a certain kind of way. Maybe they pay half now and half when they get the result. Maybe they don't pay until they get the result. Maybe they pay everything up front, and then when they get the result, they unlock some sort of bonus or some sort of cash back thing. There are lots of things that you could do to get creative here. One of the things that I'm entertaining doing something with, and that I might do before the end of the year, is giving some sort of like get clients cash or like get clients credit, so to say, so that when you buy something, when I have a promotion, when I'm announcing something new, or when I'm announcing something special, that when you join, because it's during a special time frame, that you'll also get X amount of dollars that you can use towards other things down the road, like one-on-one, like VIP day experiences, like mastermind and group experiences, or other programs that I make available. So I'm considering, you pay up front for this thing, this special thing we're doing, and you're going to get X amount of money to use towards these other things. That makes them look at, and like you could make your offer totally free by all of the things and the extras that you're including. That makes it an absolute no-brainer for them to sign up now, in addition to having the pains and problems that you're here to solve. In recap, the 5 ways to optimize and to upgrade your offer is urgency. The thing you need to know, it's manufactured, but you got to start manufacturing it and talking about it. Second is reversing the risk. There's always a risk when you work with a coach. Identify the elephant in the room and bring it to light, shine light on it, and tell them and show them why all the risk is on you versus on them, and why it's a no-brainer to sign up with you right now. Third is your guarantee. This is the result you get in this amount of time. Be realistic with it. Give yourself even some wiggle room. In the perfect world, you have wiggle room, but it also sounds like a dream come true. And it sounds like something that's so achievable and that would make them, and that actually makes them light up when you share it. Fourth, bonuses. Add things into your program, or find parts of your program that are built on, that are tacked on, that are extra, that you can shine light on as bonuses. And then also create timed bonuses that expire, so you get an influx of sales and the people that sign up before a certain date and time. Lastly is price, whether that's through payment plans, how you structure the pricing and the way they actually pay you, or maybe even considering giving some sort of cash or credit during certain times of the year to use towards future engagements for products or services with you down the road. In the next episode of Client by Client, I want to talk about how to avoid looking try hard and unethical and sleazy in your online business. Whenever you are ready, here are a few ways I can help you grow your online business. First, download your free copy of GetBookedCRM. Coaches, are you still managing your leads and pipeline from Instagram DM, Facebook Messenger, and your email inbox, where you're losing leads in the cracks and leaving a lot of clients on the table every single month? That's why I created GetBookedCRM. What started out as a free way for me to manage my pipeline and turn prospects into clients has quickly become a favorite tool of my private students and many members in the Leverage Coach community. Get leads and turn them into clients in half the time. To download your free copy now, just find me on Instagram and message me the letters CRM. Second, join my free group for online coaches. I've got hundreds of coaches from all over the world, all implementing my methods and strategies for starting and growing an online business. Get access to me, access to them, and access to free training to help you get clients. For your free invitation now, just find me over on Instagram and send me the word group. Lastly, become my next success story. I'm getting a couple coaches together this month to implement my methods and frameworks for injecting a minimum of 15K worth of new clients or doubling your existing client roster base over the next 30, 60, 90 days. But working with the right people is super important to me. So only respond to this if you are a relationship-focused coach who always puts the person ahead of the money. You've been coaching for at least 6 months to a year. You'd like to get 3 to 5 clients organically from social media every single week or month without wasting money and time on paid ads. You have at least 300 friends on a social platform, email list, or Facebook group. You are willing to take bold action because you know that your success depends upon it. And last but most importantly, you can keep a secret. If that's you, I want you to grab your phone right now, tap that Instagram app icon, find me at WhatUpJeremy, follow and binge on some content while you're there. And when you're ready, I want you to message me the words case study. When you do that, I'll ask you a couple questions about your online business and your vision for the next 12 months. And then I'll share with you what we have coming up this month in the Get Clients program, how we're already helping students from all over the world to get clients every single month. And we'll also identify what part of the program will likely make the biggest impact on your business the soonest. That way you know what to expect. For all the details now, just grab your phone, find me at WhatUpJeremy on Instagram, and message me the words case study. That's it for this episode of Client by Client. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you in the next one. Cheers. Alvina, what's up? What's up, Cuzzy? Thanks for being here. Appreciate the love. All right, guys, that's it for me. Go sell something. You'll feel better for it. Peace out.